Welcome viewers, I'm Cristi Caldas with ML Forecast, a machine learning software company. It is forecasting for business and the rest of us. Today we're going to talk about forecasting, what it is and how it can help inform our view of the future. These videos are meant to be for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not use ML Forecast or these videos to make financial decisions. Consult a professional financial advisor. No forecast is guaranteed. Forecasting is the process of making predictions based on past and present data. Later, this can be compared. You make a prediction and then you see what really happens. These two, your forecast and your reality, are then compared so we can determine how accurate the forecast was. The definition goes on to say, risk and uncertainty are central to forecasts and predictions. It is generally considered a good practice to indicate the degree of uncertainty attaching to forecasts. Risk and uncertainty introduce variability of potential future outcomes, meaning there is no one right answer, but potential set of outcomes, or many outcomes. The degree of uncertainty is generally described through metrics that describe the effectiveness of the model on historical data. An example of this is MAD, or mean absolute deviation, which is the difference between a forecasted data point and an actual data point. The sum of all of this is added up and a mean is calculated. We will see an example of this later. Why do we bother with these metrics? Because forecasts are wrong. Nobody can predict the future with 100% accuracy all the time, not even artificial intelligence or machine learning. But we would like to know how good the models have performed on past historical data as a way to guide us in selecting a model. Why would we forecast? Primarily, forecasting helps make decisions by providing a potential view of what the future might look like. Once we know that, it can help us in decision making. The forecasting technique we will focus on intended to be objective and data-based versus subjective and opinion-based. Or as one of my past managers used to say, in God we trust, everyone else bring data. Forecasting is a precursor to planning a business. A company can't plan its production without a forecast. They need to think what the future will be like. Will economy be growing? Will unemployment be high or low? How many cars will need to be produced? The weather, economic, business demand, budget, sports, and political are some of the examples of forecasting. There is two forecasting methods. The first one is qualitative. That is when you don't have past data available, like the Delphi method. And the second one is quantitative, when you have past data available and you can use the traditional methods like average, exponential smoothing, and ARIMA. A mathematical model is a description of a system using mathematical concepts and language. What is a time series? The basic object of forecasting is the time series, which is a set of observations recorded over time. In forecasting applications, the observations are typically recorded with a regular frequency like daily or monthly. Time series forecasting is a broad field with a long history. Machine learning is a domain that resides under the broader artificial intelligence space. This video focuses on the application of modern machine learning methods and time series data, with the goal of producing more accurate predictions. More accurate than what? More accurate than the traditional methods of time series. Let's look at an example of three simple models. The first is naive model. It simply uses a prior periods, in this case days, actual observation as the forecast. We calculate the absolute error by subtracting the forecast and the actual. We do this for all periods except the first, since there is no prior date to use for forecast on this one. Then we calculate the mean absolute error for the dates. In this case, it's 28. This by itself doesn't tell us much, but when we have other models, we can use it for comparison purposes. For the second model, we simply calculate an average for all the observations. This becomes the forecast for this model for every date, except the first. We once again calculate the MAE and we note it's 23. This means this model is a little better than the naive model, since the error is smaller. For the third model, we will use a 2-day moving average. Here, only the last two data points are used to calculate the average. These models tend to be more responsive to things that happened recently. Again, we calculate the MAE and note it's 14, which is a significant improvement over the prior two simple models. So we have shown that different models can help improve our forecast even using very simple models. ML Forecast has a variety of sophisticated models based on advanced technology like artificial intelligence and machine learning, which can in many cases improve our forecast beyond the capabilities of traditional statistics. Now, let's look at a real example of a time series using a moving average model. Here we see Yahoo Finance showing the VU ETF exchange traded fund from Vanguard for the S&P 500. This is a real life example. You can go look for yourself right now. You will notice that this is a 50-day moving average. You can change this or add different moving average to the chart. The difference between the moving average and the actuals, shown in the blue line, is the error we discussed on the prior slide. Tools like Yahoo Finance are great. However, with ML Forecast, we can use additional advanced algorithms and artificial intelligence and machine learning to further improve our estimates. Let's take a look at that. Now let's take a look at a real example of a time series using ML Forecast and a more complex model called Prophet. It's an open source algorithm from Meta which they use internally to forecast their business. We have once again chosen the VU ETF from Vanguard for the S&P 500. Here we are using the ML Forecast software, the free demo version. This can be found at mlforecast.com. Select the free ML Forecast demo in upper right corner. A couple of things to notice. The software generates a model using Prophet with a range of possible future forecasts, which are shown by the blue channel that overlays the forecast line. The actuals are dots. Second, the model generates a number of metrics including MAE that we discussed earlier. These are all mathematical models and some may be better than others, but none can accurately predict the future constantly over time. I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. These are simply tools just like the more elementary moving average and other examples we showed, albeit with more advanced algorithms. They are another potential tool for our toolbox that can help us make sense of historical data and ideally make more informed database decisions. I hope that was interesting. This is a part of the ML Forecast foundational video series to help us understand and improve our forecasting. We will be putting out weekly videos where we discuss more real forecasting examples and show what the tools are telling us. We will also be looking at forecast errors to better understand and learn which model may be the most useful. If you think that this video was interesting, please like and subscribe to our channel. See you soon. For ML Forecast, I am Christy. Ciao!